Welcome to the Buck Stops here. I am Greg. Today, I don't really, I'm not really into it. Got my reasons. Sorry, I was on a hiatus. I was still mourning over that horrible game my Vikings played against the Philadelphia Eagles. Congratulations, Philadelphia. You get Tom Brady, the Patriots, and the NFL referees. Just saying. So I just want to real quick talk about some of the Royal Rumble that just happened last Sunday, a week ago today, actually. Some of the matches were, they were okay. I was really disappointed with the triple threat match. It didn't last very long. Brock Lesnar won. I kind of predicted that was going to happen. He's going to carry the belt into WrestleMania. And my theory on that is going to be that John Cena will win his 17th championship at WrestleMania. And I'm saying this now before, the new SmackDown or the new Raw comes out and we see who else is going to be in the Elimination Chamber coming up for the Raw pay-per-view. So really getting excited about this. And I really think it's going to be an excellent show. I can't wait for it. And I'm hoping that it plays out so that Brock's contract's up. So he'll probably be gone unless he renews, and we'll know when he keeps the belt or not at WrestleMania. But Cena's going part-time, so what better way to move him than to make sure he gets his 17th championship, greatest of all time, yada, 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 done more for the company than anybody, which he has. And then he'll kind of drift away, and I don't know where they'll go with the belt from there. They'll have some options, Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman even. They'll figure out, but going into WrestleMania is a big thing, and I think you're going to see Brock Lesnar and John Cena for the Universal title. And that's the one title that Cena's never held, so it would make sense for him to get his 17th championship with that title. Just my theory. That's just what I'm saying. That's why I do this. This is Greg Buck Deadston, a.k.a. the Buckster, and the Buck Stops here. You can watch the Elimination Chamber, WWE Network. Your first month's free if you sign up today. Go to WWE.com and you'll get your first 30 days for free. That'll give you the Elimination Chamber, and it should give you Fastlane as well. I believe Fastlane is a SmackDown pay-per-view coming up. You should get both of those if you sign up today, and it's only $9.99 a month after that. They have hours and hours of different shows. You can watch some of their, regular shows like Camp, WWE. It's animated. They have Ride Along, which is really cool. I really like the Ride Along. And going into the Royal Rumble, I had watched from 1988 until 2002. I didn't get through all of them. So you can watch all the old pay-per-views too, the ones that just happened, and you can watch the ones from 1988, or you can watch WrestleMania 1 if you want. So there's a lot of information on there. Again, go to WWE.com. You can sign up today, $9.99 a month after your first free month, and you'll get 2 pay-per-views. Definitely Elimination Chamber, and I believe it's Fastlane coming up next. Back to the Royal Rumble. The Rumble finished like I thought it would. I really was surprised Roman Reigns was in there late. And I thought when Dolph Ziggler came out 30th, that might be their direction to go. I know they want to give Dolph one final championship push. I think he's really pushing to get out of wrestling. He's been doing it for a long time. The guy's great in the ring. He's great on the mic. He's a better heel than he is a face. And I see them giving him maybe some type of championship run. Maybe Nakamura beats AJ, and then they let Dolph Ziggler go after Nakamura. Not sure how SmackDown's going to pan out right now. There's a lot going on over there. You got the United States Championship. Rusev's going to be going after Bobby Roode for that, I believe, on Tuesday Night SmackDown this week coming up. So that'll be an interesting match. When you talk about the Women's Royal Rumble, again, I was sure Asuka was going to win it, and she did. But there was a point in time watching that Rumble, I thought they might actually let Nikki Bella win it, and I was a little confused. I thought it'd be kind of an interesting twist. But in the end, they had the right person win it. She's going to ultimately go after Alexa Bliss. I was just very confused as why the WWE would bring a rowdy Ronda Rousey in at that point in time when it's all about the Women's Royal Rumble in Asuka and going to WrestleMania. Not sure which show Rousey's going to be on. I know she'll be at WrestleMania. I'm kind of thinking SmackDown, the way Charlotte came out. and introduced everything and talked about how, hey, look, this is where we're at. Ronda Rousey came out and everybody loved it. So we have to see the direction they're going to go, but I'm thinking she's going to go on SmackDown. You know, you still have the Riot Squad and Absolution. Of course, Absolution's minus Paige, but she's still the director and guider of the two young ladies there. And I'm not sure what they're going to do with those two factions. I like the idea of the women factions and that they're almost unbeatable. So I think they need to continue that. It keeps that X factor in there. And I'm really waiting for Carmella on SmackDown to cash in that Money in the Bank. I know she attempted to do it the other night and jacked it up with the ref. I'm just hope they don't do two failed cash-ins. They took away Baron Corbin's and made his fail. I want to see at least Carmella be successful with it, and then maybe someone can walk in and take the belt from her. But it just would be very disappointing that it took her twice to win it and hold on to it, and then they want to turn around and make her fail on the cash-in. So I've got to keep an eye on that. Asuka will beat Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania. She will win the women's Raw SmackDown, or the women's Raw title. And I'm pretty sure Rousey's going to step in and go after the SmackDown title. Here's my thing. Rousey has not been in NXT yet that we know of. I haven't seen her there. She may have been at the Performance Center training. And Rousey has not been in the ring that we know of yet. So why would she just walk in and get a title shot? And I don't know if they're doing it to up ticket sales or what they're looking for. Just a thought. We need to see Rousey in the ring before we get excited about her being in the WWE. That being said, title matches, Intercontinental, The Miz got it back. Roman failed on his cash-in because of the Miztourage. I see this going to WrestleMania, and either Roman winning it and that's it, it's his, or the Miz holding on to it and somebody else going after it. It depends on what direction they're going to send Roman, how long Dean will be out, when will the Shield be able to be back together. Maybe Roman and Seth go after the tag titles. There's a lot you can do with the members of the Shield that are still healthy. Roman will win. Yeah, maybe Mega Pikachu. But it really depends on what direction they want to go with Roman. So I can't really say, you know, that, yeah, we have to see what's going to happen going into WrestleMania and what other options they give the Shield. The bar seems pretty good right now for tag titles on on Raw. I don't see another team competing with them. Jeff Hardy's still out. Matt's having his competition with or Woken Matt Hardy. Having his competition there with Bray Wyatt, and that's going to be interesting. So maybe bring him back. Well, you got the Club now, which I think have done a flip to face, so they might go after the tag belts. And then you have the they just came back, Dawson and I'll think of their names. I don't have my notes today, guys. I'm kind of shooting by the hip here. So, but the tag division's pretty good. If you go to SmackDown, I think it's time to start giving the Bludgeon Brothers some actual competition. You're giving them these no-name people, and they're annihilating them. You did put them against Breezango, but they're not really much of a tag team. They're more of a comedy act for us right now, and they really need to fix that because Tyler Breeze is good in the ring. And, of course, the Ascension, which was unbeatable in NXT, and they've been a joke since they've come to the WWE. And I mean, they're good in the ring. And, you know, Connor's a big guy. Victor's a pretty good-sized guy. They just aren't pushing them. And I don't know why. Something behind the scenes, who knows? But if you want to make it realistic, the Bludgeon Brothers need to start taking on these big guys, you know, these big tag teams, the big names. Maybe take out the New Day next and maybe go after Benjamin and Gable. But that would make it a little more interesting. Other than that, you've got AJ Styles defending his belt against Nakamura at WrestleMania. And again, I could see them giving the belt to Nakamura and then letting Dolph Ziggler come in for a little while and try and get a title run. I think that's the reason they brought him back. I've been doing some reading up different websites, and it looks like this is the last hurrah for Ziggler, maybe one more title shot. So we'll see what happens. Move him to Raw. Maybe have the when they do the changing up of the rosters, maybe you move Ziggler to Raw and give him a shot at the Universal title. It's something he's never held before either. So the superstar shakeup. So that's what I was trying to think. Again, I don't have my notes, so I'm shooting by the hip here today, guys. Thank you, by the way, everybody. Those of you that are watching, you can like and subscribe. I'm here for fun. Comments, questions, anything you want to say to me, feel free. You can tweet me. I'm at TBS Buck TBSH on Twitter. So feel free to get a hold of me there. And let's move on. Wrestling is going to be interesting to see what they do with some of those, NXT guys that were in the Royal Rumble. CN was amazing in the ring. He didn't look that good when I watched him on NXT, but he looked really good with the big dogs. And Adam Cole's amazing. My favorite wrestler, I just had this question come up while I'm doing the show, is Roman Reigns. I like Roman. I've liked him since he was with the Shield. Even though people boo him, they act like he's Cena. Roman Reigns is probably my favorite wrestler still at the moment. Moving forward, Adam Cole, I think, would make it if they brought him up to SmackDown or Raw. So, you've got a few guys that really could make the step, and I think they're pushing for that. Moving on from wrestling, I want to talk a little bit about this game. There's a game today, some football game. Some of you might know about it. It's the NFL versus the Eagles. The Patriots versus the Eagles. That's what it is. Conspiracy theorists, I'm gonna brush you the right way right now. All of you that think there's a conspiracy in the NFL, it's possible. There's some things where Brady puts his hand up in the air, and I've watched the play clock reset in a couple games throughout the past few years. Kind of eerie, kind of weird, but you watch it and it happens, and it's live on TV, so you don't know what's going on with that. The next thing you notice is some of these horrible calls. Referees changing calls, like the Titans game. The Patriots were false start. And then they called the false start, and it would have been 4th and long, and they would have had to punt, or 3rd and long, and they wouldn't have got the first down. But instead, on the false start, they changed it to offsides. You watch it, and you saw it, and it was, why are you changing the call? So then the Patriots get a first down, they drive down and score. Before that, you had the ghost pass interference call against the Titans. He didn't push off. There was no push off whatsoever. He wasn't near it. I mean, he went up, got the ball. There was no one near him. They called pass interference. Went to 3rd and long, didn't get the first down, and it broke up the drive that the Titans could have gone up, 14-7. So the momentum switch there, even though the Titans got blown out, I think really it's deflated their spirit. In the Steeler game, back the catch, hand under the ball. Here, put my hands like that. Hand under the ball. There's pictures of it. I posted it last time. The Jets, Safarian Jenkins, he was in the end zone. He had possession of the ball. Once the ball crosses the plane, it's a touchdown. They're not calling things consistently. So, yeah, there could be a conspiracy. The NFL wants the Patriots to win so that Brady and Belichick disappear, so that they don't have that headache anymore. And, oh, by the way, as the NFL saying this, we did you a favor, fans. Brady and Belichick are gone. The Patriots are not going to be the team to beat anymore because they're going to have to rebuild with a new coach and a new quarterback, and top to bottom, Garoppolo's gone. Maybe that was part of the plan. You send him to San Francisco for nothing when Cleveland was offering you the world for him. And now the Patriots start over. They'll have 6 Super Bowls in how many years when they win today? And yes, I said when they win because I don't think the Eagles have a chance. Not because the Eagles aren't a good team. I just don't think it's a fair shake. I'm really not interested in watching it simply because I really think it's going to go awry. It's going to go the wrong way. It's going to go the wrong direction. The refs are going to make bad calls. It's going to be blatant. But if you let the game play out and none of that BS happens, I think the Eagles have a good chance of winning. That defense is opportunistic, kind of like the Saints back when they won it in 2009, the year they took out the Vikings in the championship game. So I could see the Eagles talent-wise, coaching-wise, defense-wise, they can stay in the game. But I just think there's something fishy going on, and I think you're going to see the Patriots win it, and you're going to see them maybe come from behind in the fourth quarter, or maybe they're going to walk away with it. Either way, thank you very much. Either way, I don't know if I'm going to be that intent into the game. I'll have it on. I'll watch what's going on. And, of course, I'm going to want to talk about it on my next show. So I'm going to have some information. Super Bowl, I'm going to take the Patriots. They're going to win 27-17. Sorry, Eagles. I'm pulling for you. I'm rooting for the Eagles. I know I'm a Viking fan and the Eagles beat us, but I'm just not a Tom Brady and Belichick fan. I'm just not I just think there's too much dark clouds hanging over them Patriots to even think about rooting for them if you're not a Patriot fan. And if you're a Patriot fan, hey, all the power to you. You've got a good team, but the controversy makes people wonder what's going on. You know, the Spygate, the Deflategate, the whole trading thing of Garoppolo, the bad calls by the refs. And that's not the fans' fault. I mean, if those were going in my favor, sure, I'd be excited too. So I don't want the fans to think, oh, well, you know, I don't like how there's that dark cloud hanging over it, and it's always going to be a question mark. So again, 27-17, Patriots, 6 rings, 2 in a row, back-to-back, and at the end of the game, when they're doing the press conference, Brady and Belichick will both say, we're done. See ya. That's the end of us. You don't got to worry about us no more. If the Eagles win, which I'm hoping, if the Eagles win, you may not see that. You won't see Brady walk away. You won't see Belichick walk away because they want one more. They want to be the best. They want to have the most. They want a little bit of arrogance there, huh? So that's all we got. Real quick, we had our ABL draft last week, and the Orlando Sharks had a pretty good draft. Number 1 pick in the draft, took Cody Bellinger of the Dodgers, first baseman. That was the first pick in the ABL draft this year. And I'm pretty impressed with my Shark team. I think I have a good pitching staff. My defense isn't where I want it to be. I got a pretty good offense. I think I'm going to score more runs than I did last year with the power I have. And, of course, speed kills, guys. Watch out for the buckster and watch out for them base stealing. You never know what I'm going to do, what kind of call I'm going to make, when I'm going to send a runner, when I'm going to decide to steal. A little unorthodox, keeps you all on your toes, and that's why we play the game, ABL baseball. Watch for the Orlando Sharks this year. We'll keep you updated on the standings. We'll keep you updated on how things are going. Up weeks, down weeks. Not going to win every game. I might only win half. I may not even do that, but I'm excited about this season. I have a 3-year plan to get back into championship contention, and then from there, they're all going to be not wanting to play me. That's my goal anyways, is wanting to be like, oh, man, I got the Sharks on the schedule. Looking at the teams in the National League, which is the league that the Sharks are in, right now, looking just on paper, I would have to say the Chesapeake Bay Channel Cats, they are, let me hear you. They are the cream of the crop in the National League. Titusville's not far behind. I would have to say Mudville, Titusville, and Crown Heights all have very good teams too. I think we're going to have 4 teams battling for the 3rd playoff spot again. And last year we had 3 teams battling right down to the last week for either the number 1 pick in the draft or the 3rd playoff spot in the National League. So it was a tough, tight division. But I think Seabay's team is just really that much better than the rest of us. And, you know, injuries happen. Dice rolls, anything can happen. You know, it is a game based on averages and percentages, and sometimes they roll a different way. But looking at it on paper, I think Seabay's a team to beat in the National League. When you go to the American League, I know there's 2 teams really stand out above You got the LBI Starfish and the new Dexter Thunder Geese, which used to be the Syracuse Hazard. And I think those two teams should battle for that division title. You have La Jolla, La Hala. Let me hear you, La Hala. I think they're a pretty good team. They're experienced. When I played them last year, I was very impressed with the just level mind of the manager, Kevin. He's very casual. He's got great baseball knowledge. And of course, you've got Ocracoke, who won it all last year, but I think he sold out. He looks like one of the roughest teams right now. He made some trades to get to the finals, and he won it all. And I haven't done that yet. So, congratulations to Duran Allen. That was a great season last year. Your team looks a little weaker this year. Michael Safe, your team looks pretty good. I think you're going to compete for that third playoff spot. And then we have the new guy. And forgive me if I don't remember everybody's team name right off the bat. Again, I don't have my notes, and I've got so much running through my brain that see, look at that. Orlando Sharks. That's my old logo, though. I've got a new logo. We'll get that posted up here soon. But after La Hala, we also have the East Bay Grease from out in California. Michael Safe, I think he's friends with him. And the Grease actually have a pretty decent team after the draft, coming in with a brand new team. So it's going to be a very interesting league. I'm telling you that the top two teams will probably be Seabay, Titusville in the National, LBI, Dexter in the American. And then I think all four teams are going to fight for that third spot on both divisions. So it'll be very interesting. First time in a while we've had a 12-team league. So we'll keep you updated week to week on how the Buckster's doing in the ABL. And hopefully we'll talk to you soon about that football game that's going on today. Not sure, what's going on with that. We'll have to check it out and see. I know there's going to be some referees against the Eagles. That's what we're looking at. I appreciate everybody watching. The buck stops here. I got some fans in the room. So if you like, please like and subscribe, and we'll continue to do our shows. You guys are crazy. We'll continue to do our shows. And again, I think we're going to have more of a casual theme like this. Please let me know if you like this better, if you like me having my notes flipping through. There will be times I'm going to need stats and all, so I'll have some notes, but I kind of like shooting by the hip. Thank you. We'll see you all soon. And again, thank you for watching The Buckster on The Buck Stops Here.